In this video, we're going to take a look at Tennessee versus Arkansas. And really, Arkansas's offense was able to move the ball up and down the field. Passing game for Bob Petrino and big backs running the football. Had some timely runs. We're able to get the ball in the end zone. We're going to dive right in right here looking at just some empty passing game. You got trips to the boundary. You got two receivers up here. And Tennessee, a couple things you got to do right here against empty. You got to blitz everybody, or you got to twist up front to keep, especially with this quarterback, from a draw the way they can run. And right here, just straight rush. So those guys are trying to bull rush, push this back into the pocket. In Arkansas, they're just running verticals right here. As you see, split field safeties. You got two safeties deep. This Mike is the only guy that can carry anything to the middle of the field. And as you look right here, he's going really flat. No chance right here just with that very first step to stop anything there to the middle of the field. Huge window. Safety's not going to be able to get there. It looks like they're running the verticals all the way around. I'm not sure what the outside receiver's doing. Probably going to run some sort of a hitch or something. You don't want to have 5 verticals, I wouldn't think. But right here, receiver, middle field open. He just bends to that window. Easy timing here for the quarterback. Drills it through that window. And you can see just how much space there is when they put trips to the boundary to throw that bender to the middle of the field over the top of that linebacker. Here's that safety that had been split field. Obviously got to beat that guy. And, of course, right here, you can't push his ball further than about 22 yards. And this one right here hits him at exactly 22, 23 yards. And they tackle him right there. Huge gain right here on 3rd and 9. Very first drive of the game, kept a little bit of momentum there for Arkansas early in this football game. Here's a look at miscommunication here from Tennessee. They motioning a guy across right here, and it looks like they're in man-to-man. And what's somebody man-to-man right here is this linebacker. Whenever this running back wheels out, he goes with them, and he's chasing right here this corner whenever he's working across there. This linebacker probably should be on this tight end. Whenever they go mesh, he tries to switch it off. They don't communicate that well enough with that corner. Sometimes they will do that whenever they see that mesh. This corner will come off, get the guy going that direction. He'll come off, get the guy going this direction. Don't communicate it, and the guy pops wide open. This is the second read on this play. You got a wheel out of the backfield. That'd be number 1. You got the mesh coming to the wheel. That'd be 2. And then you got a basic there to the middle of the field. That'd be number 3. So right there, he winds out. Don't like the wheel. Great. Let's find number 2. That's a tight end working across, wide open because of miscommunication. Didn't change that off well enough. Big play again early in the game for Arkansas, keeping momentum, getting down to the red zone. Here's a play right here that just shows a little bit of inaccuracy from Taylor Green. You get a flat route right there, just a rub, and they're running power read. So really the first read is this end. If he squeezes, we're going to get out. We're going to run this rub. This is the same play they run for a 2-point conversion later that we'll see. But here on this one, you see, hey, first read, end. He squeezes. So we're not going to throw the shovel here to the back that's coming in. So we get to the rub here against man-to-man. He's wide open. I mean, if you put that ball in his face mask, he's going to race to the end zone. He's going to score. But instead, low football. This should be a touchdown right here for Arkansas. Tennessee was actually lucky a lot of times in this game, especially red zone goal line. Bob Petrino's a great red zone goal line coach, and they just didn't execute. And right here, wide open guy, good read to get out there to it. Just bounces it to him, has to get down to make the catch. No chance really right there to get in. This is on 3rd and goal. Tennessee even gets lucky right here. They don't score a touchdown. Here's a look of a slant swing here from Arkansas. And they're actually rolling down into the box here as well. He rolls back. So really, it's another cover 3 look, just getting there kind of a little bit different way. So here's a slant. There's the swing. Takes that outside linebacker. And whenever it takes that linebacker, you got a lot of space here for the slant. And, of course, if they see this roll, the way that this safety's getting that way, that guy's rolling away, you might start here with a curl flat to this side. So you see 1. It's wide open right there in the middle of the field for an easy throw and catch. But, again, this guy right here, and we'll talk about him a little bit here. Number 2, Armstrong, absolute dog, man. He's had a really good game, 9 receptions, 100-plus yards, making guys miss and then just making contested catches there as well. So this is a slant swing to your best guy. Slant wins there against the corner. Tons of space. Safety doesn't close it fast enough and then can't get him on the ground. It's on 2nd and 14. So got him behind the sticks with a penalty or a negative play. And the very next play, they get 15-plus yards on just a simple slant swing because that guy can't come down and make a tackle. Here's a look right here on a 4th and 1. Taylor Green actually misses the easy completion for a first down because he just gets his eyes off of it. Right here, first look should be to this fullback to the flats, and you got these guys meshing across. You've also got a vertical. Petrino, obviously, on these 4th downs and 3rd and 1s, they're going to take shots. They're trying to score touchdowns. And right here on this one, Taylor Green doesn't do a great job. Should throw it to him right now. Take the easy completion, get a first down, keep the sticks moving. But instead, I guess he's looking for this big play down the middle of the field. Very obvious right here as soon as the ball is snapped. I know he's turning his back, play action, all this stuff, but safety is deep. That's not going to be our throw deep. We got to check it down to the back and get a first down, and he gets off of it. Comes out late Ends up throwing it out here late and throwing it low. Keeps him from getting a first down right here. But poor execution there from Taylor Green. Should be able to get the first down with an easy throw to the flats. Here's a play right here that is just a staple of Bobby Petrino's offense. And right here, third receiver in trips. He's trying to split the middle of the field. If the middle of the field closes, he's going to curl it up. You got curl here, curl to the outside, and you got a flat route over here as well. Check swing here from the back. So right here, linebacker drops, so he's getting out. And great read here from Taylor Green. Middle field's closed. He sits it down. Cool. Now I'm finding the second guy over here to this side because that linebacker worked to him. Number 2, he dropped back to it. Great patience and great protection here in the yellow zone right there, backed up and just throws the swing, the flat. Nobody had it widened with that back. And big play, 20-plus yards when you're backed up. Huge play to get out of their own end zone. This on a 3rd and 15. So huge play right here, just keeping the defense on the field. I think they ended up missing a field goal this series, but, I mean, just that completion to keep the Tennessee offense off the field. Obviously, they're not scoring a lot of points, but they're controlling the momentum, they're controlling the clock, and trying to get that defense tired, which ends up happening later in the game. Have this on here again is Armstrong, number 2. Had a lot of contested catches right here, and this is one of them. Really tight coverage man-to-man. Tennessee, obviously, they're going to play you man-to-man. Great athletes. And just right there, he's just able to box the defender out, extend, make a play with his hands. That's really good coverage. Other than trying to undercut that, that's about as good as you can do. He's trying to swat the hands, trying to split them. Unbelievable catch right here. This is on 2nd and 10 for a first down. Just running a curl against man-to-man, tight coverage. Great football play there by that wide receiver against really tight coverage. Now we're really just basically getting into the Armstrong show, just a fade from the outside. Again, ball placement is unbelievable over the outside shoulder. Let him adjust late to it. And again, this is a completion by about 6 inches, maybe even less. You see this DB throws his hand up trying to split the hands. Just unbelievable throw and catch. Great job holding your line there by Armstrong. Huge play right there for an explosive. Here's a look of a play where they're just running verticals. The back slips out here to the flats. And corner right here, as you're seeing, he sees this flat from the running back. So he sits this vertical here from the tight end, ends up holding the safety, throwing that whole shot between the safety and the corner. There's the safety trying to converge. There's a corner that took the flat. Got to get it there before that safety makes that play. Might put this more on his body. Maybe throw it right here as opposed to here, and that would keep him from getting blasted right there. So big hit there from the safety, but great job holding on to it. And then right there, hey, instead of laying on the field, which is what you see a lot of these guys do, as soon as there's a hit, they just lay around for a while. It didn't hurt him that bad. I mean, we're in pads, so he goes ahead and goes first down for us. So great job right there having a little bit of swagger, not just being one of those guys, oh, I got hit, I'm going to lay here for a second, make sure I'm not dead. Dude, you're not dead. You're not dying. He didn't hit you in the head. You're fine. All right? So right there, probably led him a little bit far there for the quarterback, but a good read. Big-time catch there by number 5. So very next play, they run the same play, and on this one, different coverage, roll down to that one high look. Pressed here up top. Again, that's our guy. That's Armstrong. So instead of coming down here to this out route or this vertical, he ends up throwing this fade up top. And this is a long throw from the far hash. But again, one-on-one, the safety's nowhere to be had. He's way back here, just finally getting to the frame. But great throw and catch. Again, the coverage is tight, and this is a long throw. And this is a heck of a throw and catch. You got to lean against that defender to let him push you wider and then adjust late to it. Again, huge catch, gets 1 foot down. I mean, it's one of those things, if they can throw and catch this to the field with that wide of a throw, that's a really good football play there from Arkansas. All right, now we're getting into this last drive. You got your backup quarterback in, and they motion to it, and they're just running a tunnel screen here to Satanga. And, I mean, it's one of those things to start this drive. They haven't even tried to push the ball down the field. They're only rushing 3. They're dropping that linebacker there that had been mugged down. Great job here by this tackle to kick that guy out. Tons of space here. And you see these linebackers, once this thing is snapped, one blitzes, and these other guys, these ends, these outside linebackers are just dropping wide. This guy is late on the field somehow on a first and 10 of this possession. And just an easy throw and catch here on the screen. Get an extra body out there in front. Splits the defenders. Big play there to start a drive that's got to be a touchdown or at least a score. That's a great way to start this possession. Now we're just going to dive into this last possession. Obviously start off with a screen. Now Arkansas, again, backup quarterback. They end up running the football here. Tennessee, they actually have a 6-man box to these 5 in here to block, so they should be fine in the box. But what ends up happening is get a body on body, push him into this outside gap, and then he tries to get back inside. This D end gets a little bit wide. Not sure if he's thinking this is a pass rush situation or what, but when he gets wide, instead of condensing this, that opens up a huge alley. This defender right here, he's peeking. There's too much space right there. You can't find the back. And right there, easy run right there. Once you get a body on a body, this guy has to sit for the quarterback. This guy, the only thing he can really do is get out with his legs at this point. Really never push the ball down the field. But right there, in gets out of the lane. Great here by the back, finding space and then getting vertical. Again, this is a big back freshman from Benton, and this is a great read. Great job getting vertical. And then right there, he made 250 getting downhill. Going to be a tough guy to tackle and gets out in space. Turns into an explosive play. Nearly makes a safety miss. But right here, it gets down close to field goal range, just on a straight inside zone. That box is a little stagnant here, I'd say, from Tennessee. You got to get a little bit of movement, maybe a twist or something. Maybe get an extra guy in there. Maybe go cover zero, knowing that these guys are very unlikely to throw the ball with this backup quarterback. And turns into an explosive play right there. Sets them up really good here on this last drive. Next play here after the 2-minute timeout, and you're getting a little bit of motion here. Doesn't really change much there and just in man-to-man, but it may make these guys widen out a little bit. But again, inside zone, this tight end, he's actually arcing out, blocking this linebacker in case the quarterback pulls it. So inside zone there, chance for quarterback to pull. He sits and actually widens. This motion may have widened him a little bit. And also that tight end working wide. I mean, two things right there that make him, instead of squeezing this down, ends up widening out. Now, when he squeezes it down, great movement here. As long as we press this down, he'll make this linebacker step in. There's tons of space right there to bend to the backside C. That's what happens right there. Boom. Bend backside C. That end, based on that motion and this arc from the tight end, widens a little bit. Easy bend read there for the running back. Great job pressing it at this double team. Makes his linebacker step up so the tackle can come off to him. Great cut. Great timing on it. Get vertical. Get vertical. We got to get a first down right here. Runs through an arm tackle. And then absolutely, again, this is a freshman from Benton, Arkansas. Runs through this guy's face and falls forward for another 2 or 3. Big time run. Would love for him to get vertical a little bit quicker, knowing the situation. There's really no reason to bounce this thing. You've got to get vertical right now and see what happens right there. But he's vertical, runs through a guy's face mask. Big first down there for Arkansas. Here's Arkansas running the same play. Again, you got your motion here, going inside zone. He's arcing for the quarterback. And right here on this one, again, reading this end. This time he squeezes a lot more than he did on the last play. Probably a give read there. He didn't squeeze hard enough for a pull, but gets a pull. And Tennessee right here is obviously letting these guys score. Make it seem, I don't know if this guy got the call. He's diving at legs. But make it seem like you want to stop him. Like right here, looks like he's about to come to bounce. Then he jumps out of the way, letting him score. And, I mean, I think it's a decent call if you feel like the percentages of Arkansas making a field goal are a lot higher than you'd like to stake winning this game on, and you'd rather get the ball to your quarterback and let him go down and score. But I'll tell you, as an Arkansas fan, it was obvious there's no way if it comes down to a field goal that he's going to make it. No chance. I mean, based on everything that's going on for the past 2 years, 0% chance a kicker from Arkansas is going to make a kick against the number 4 team in the country, no matter how close it is. So Tennessee let them score, probably a favor to Arkansas, but I mean, it is what it is. If you feel like you're going to score, even though they hadn't had just a ton of success offensively, I would probably try to stop them. I mean, we got 2 timeouts still. You may get the ball back with about 20 seconds, 15 seconds if you stop them. Right there, just let them score. Minute 17, feel good about going down, but still having to score a touchdown there against Arkansas's defense. So right here to go up by 7, end up having to go for 2. This is the same play they ran earlier in the game. Again, motion across from Bunch. He's going to the flats. You're getting your rub here. Backs out here, taking hopefully a defender. They're going shovel option, and on this one, this end widens this time. So quarterback shovels it down, and you got the guard that pulled around for power. See if we can get the end zone. Not able to get there. Too big of bodies in here. Arkansas running this with a smaller guy. A lot of teams will run this with tight ends. You'll see Kelsey do it a lot for the Chiefs. And then Vandy, whenever they beat Alabama, was doing this a couple times. And they would do it with their tight end as well. So some bigger bodies for if there is a guy loose, they got a better chance to fall forward into the end zone. But right there, they run with a smaller guy. D end widens, so we got to flip it down to him. It's not able to get in right here on the shovel option. Just going to look at a couple more runs right here, and this is in the third quarter, down by 11. So right here, trying to score touchdowns. Hadn't scored a touchdown all day, and this is a 3rd and 2. So a huge play right here, going inside zone. You got a pretty heavy set. You got 3 tight ends right here. He goes to the flats, makes him leave the box. He's pulling a kick, that defensive end that's getting way upfield. Of course, his quarterback's a dynamic player, so they're getting upfield. They don't want him to pull the ball, and just a ton of space. This guy should be getting into the box. I'm not sure why exactly he's starting to widen out right here and not playing downhill on a 3rd and 2. But right there, late to the party is that linebacker number 0. Should have stepped in right here. All his keys are saying, hey, inside zone, fill the box. And right there, just that hesitation allows this running back to fall forward, get a first down right here, just enough to keep this drive alive and keep it from having to kick a field goal. Very next play, they run the same play going the other way. This time there's a lot better squeeze, but on this one, as you see, you got 1, 2 off this edge. So what should happen on this is this end or linebacker, I see that squeeze, I should be in this gap right here to the inside, leave him for the quarterback. But on this one, you got both guys right here staring at the quarterback for no reason. So we're 2-on-1 here. That opens up the lane for the running back. All right, so right here, linebacker should not be having to work over the top, which this guy right here, he's working over the top. He should be fitting inside. He should be fitting this gap, and then he's sitting for the quarterback. With these guys not fitting it correctly, even though they had enough players free, they're not able to fit it correctly. This linebacker should be more downhill, but he's not able to do it based on where the linebacker scraped over the top. Great job fighting through an arm tackle there as well. Finishes in the end zone right there for the first touchdown, really the only touchdown against the defense that wasn't trying to give one up. But right there, a couple poor reads, poor fits there by those linebackers allow that drive to continue and then get into the end zone. Another run here. This is early in the game, first quarter, and just a fullback dive. I mean, we're trying to fake all this stuff. The receiver motions and goes wide, trying to take everybody. They're trying to make like a toss here as well out on the edge, but instead of fullback dive, and all they're running basically is inside zone to the left, and they get it creased right here because those linebackers are floating on the top, thinking it's a toss. Again, big back, run through a safety, almost having to run through this official as well. I mean, he's in the way. He actually makes the tackle. He probably gets assist right here on this one. Ends up putting a shoulder on him right here. Sometimes you're going to have to truck these guys. Just let them know, hey, you got to get the hell out of the way, man. You can't just sit there being in the way. But anyway, that was a really good call. Really interesting call, making it like toss, but then hand it to the big fullback right there up the middle. Of course, we've seen Arkansas's run game and everything. Tennessee struggled a ton on offense. And, the reason being, I believe, is they're not able to create explosive plays. And right here on this one, Arkansas is really light boxes on 3rd and 4. Not sure why in the world they have a 5-man box against their 6. They're trying to get this guy in late. Safety is in there, getting in there late as well. They're just running zone base. All right, so right here you're getting a double team there, base. He's pulling around for here. There's really nowhere even for these guys to double team, so tons of movement. There's a kick and getting downhill. Safeties are trying to converge before he gets the first down, but then he makes a cut off of him, turns into an explosive play. Again, it's not fit quite correctly. He should fit this gap. He should fit this gap. So now they got all the gaps covered, but instead he fits the wrong spot. Great cut by the back. Now explosive play. And, of course, not enough of these. If you're looking at the stats right here, Dylan Sampson, he had 22 carries, 138. That one rush right there was 53 yards. So really, it's more like 20 carries for 80-something yards. So just the consistency wasn't there. On first downs, Tennessee hardly ever won first downs, and they had way too many negative plays. And whenever you have negative plays and you get behind the sticks and incompletions, so right here, 17-29, not just an awful completion percentage, but only averaging 5.4 per pass. Whenever your completions are that low, you're not able to get in your tempo, not able to get in a rhythm, and there's never any rhythm for Tennessee's offense all night. Very similar to the way it was against Oklahoma. We thought maybe Oklahoma's defense is really good, which, hell, maybe Arkansas's defense is really good as well. But I thought that was really interesting. Hardly any tempo, very little rhythm, and couldn't really stay on the field against the Arkansas defense that was actually pretty stingy and had been coming into the game. The very last thing I want to take a look at are just kind of this last sequence of events and the emotions for basically the fans on both sides. So right here, Nico had a tough night. I mean, not just a ton of success, not any rhythm. Right here, he scrambles out of the pocket, throws it to his left as he's rolling to his left, over the top, and receiver makes a great play. So right here, just a scramble drill, was running across to the right and ended up putting the brakes on, going back left, making a huge play, getting down here to the 25-yard line. And I know, as soon as this play happened, I know every single Arkansas fan's like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again. I mean, there's no way we win this game. Tennessee's going to find a way to score. But right there, throwing catch, huge play, gets down to the 25-yard line with about 30 seconds. Now Tennessee's to a 2nd and 10 right here, and I'm not sure what's going on. I think with this movement, center maybe snaps it early, ends up hitting the quarterback's hands. The quarterback's not ready for it. Running back catches it, and he just takes off running. With 2 timeouts right here, Arkansas does a great job conversion. That box was really light. Just a 3-1 box. As you see, there's 4 guys on 3, 1 safety over the top, and you got 2-on-1 here. Able to get in there, make a play, get them on the ground. Tennessee ends up having to use a timeout right here. But really, it's just a wasted play on a 2nd and 10. And on 3rd and 10, they ended up knocking the ball down in the middle of the field for a big play. But right here, the very last play of the game. And this is something similar that, I mean, Arkansas has also made one-possession games, and it usually ends with something like this. But right here, last play of the game, very obvious, it's a 4th down, and you only got, 6 seconds? I mean, if you extend this play at all, this game is over. You either got to get a first down right now, or you got to go to the end zone. And right here, Nico scrambles out, and he just runs and gets pushed out of bounds at like the 15. Like, very anticlimactic. I'm a Tennessee fan. I'm thinking, that's it? That's what we had? We just ran out of bounds. Obviously, I'm sure that's not what he's supposed to do. But, I mean, I know Arkansas fans are feeling this right now because they're saying, hey, we lost a bunch of games by one possession. And there's always something you're just like scratching your head like, what in the heck was that? There's no way that's what we had planned. But right here, the Eagle just runs out of bounds. Arkansas they got great coverage on the back end. Only 3 guys rushing, but they still hit home. Great spin move right here. Obviously, what Tennessee ends up doing is they're sliding to Landon Jackson, which right here, this guy's the stud. I get that. Slide to that guy. And they send the back over there. The back should probably help out here instead. Not sure how they're sliding right and the back's going right. But obviously, what do I know? I don't know anything about protection. So right there, I'd probably send my back away from the slide so he can help out with that one-on-one possibly. But that tackle gets toasted, backs late to it, gets the quarterback off his spot, and now it's just a race. Great play there by Arkansas's D-line, making that speed up a little bit. And then, Nico, you got to know what's going on. Throw the ball to the end zone, give your guy a chance. Right there, huge win. And you see everybody's freaking out, having a great time. Probably great night in Fayetteville. Glad they got the goalpost down so it wasn't thrown out on Dixon Street again. But huge win for Arkansas. Sam Pittman going into the bye week. It's going to be interesting to see how this season finishes out. They've had some really good games, even in their losses. I mean, they've played pretty well. Should have beat Oklahoma State, obviously. And then that A&M game was a close one. Could have gone either way. But huge win against the top 5 team in Fayetteville for the Arkansas Razorbacks. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe so you can see everything we have for this college football season. And we'll see you guys again next video.